Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Tuesday night. No Laker game tonight, man. So I figure it's a good time to talk about NBA trade season that has just kicked off. And got a lot of things happening, a lot of things behind the scenes going down. Talks are picking up. And why I don't, I think there will be some things kind of done a little bit earlier. I think maybe some of the major ones, potential with the Lakers and things like that may drag out a little bit. But we do got some action tonight potentially on a potential deal between the Toronto Raptors and Indiana Pacers, in which Pascal Siakam would go to Indiana on a package featured around Bruce Brown, some filler, and some draft compensation there, which is interesting. But I've been telling y'all, I told y'all pretty much all offseason. I've been saying like for months now that I thought that Indy was going to trade Bruce Brown. I never thought they signed him for long term. I feel like they signed him to have an asset to add money and value to another team and move him out of there. So I've been telling you guys that for months. I thought the Lakers might get in on him, and they still could if he gets routed indeed to Toronto. When you've already got RJ there, you've got Quickly there. We'll see what they do with Trent Jr., Dennis Schroeder there. So very interesting to see. Toronto's not done, even if they make this move for Siakam. It's like I said, Trent Jr. and Schroeder still probably in play at that point, and maybe even Bruce Brown if this deal is completed, as I mentioned, because it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, just waiting to see. So it looks like potentially up to 3 first-round picks for Indy, who have 2 first-round picks this year and all their picks after that. So, like I said, I felt like these guys like Siakam, DeJounte Murray, guys like that, I felt were going to command it at the minimum, even if the market dried up, the minimum 2 first-round picks, which is why I don't believe the Lakers are on play for any of these guys, because they just don't have the assets to pull it off trade-wise, pick-wise, right now until the summer. The Lakers can trade as much as 3 picks come summertime and go really, really big-time shopping with those if they choose to. Right now, the Lakers only have 1 pick to move. That's 29 or 30. They can't move both of them. And that's really all they can do right now. And so they're going to be on the sidelines when it comes to some of these bigger players, bigger names, bigger money guys. Outside of someone like a Zach LaVine, whose contract the Chicago Bulls are looking to move. And I don't believe the Lakers have zero interest in that contract right now. So outside of that, like I said, we had some smaller moves. Detroit made a move a couple days ago. They got into some action there, but nothing that really moves the needle anywhere. Between Detroit and Washington there was nothing. But it was interesting that Detroit got guys that would be buyout candidates in Danilo Gallinari and Mike Muscala. I know Laker fans hate that name, Mike Muscala. I get you. But he's a shooting big, so he'll command some interest on the market out there. So that was a pretty good sneaky move by Detroit there. Gallinari, if proven to be healthy, and Muscala, they could probably net some seconds there, or buy out if need be, and get on the good side of some agents there. But other than that, we're just kind of in a holding pattern to see what goes on here as teams continue to get closer to the trade deadline. Then it becomes interesting whose injuries pile up, who's contending for a play-in that didn't think they had a shot, who's out of play-in contention that thought they were in playoff hunt, right? Who's a contender going into the season that thought they were a contender that is no longer. All these narratives and all these things play out that lead to teams getting a little bit more aggressive at the trade deadline, which is why if you're a team who has assets that multiple teams want, it doesn't always make sense to go too early. Now, Toronto on their half is a little bit different because they've been negotiating with teams for a long time. Toronto and New York have been talking that trade for over a year. As soon as it wasn't New York waiting on Toronto to decide on OG to move him to them. It was Toronto waiting on New York to finally give them the offer they wanted, which they did, and that's why that deal got done. Those 2 teams were focused on each other. It just took some time for New York to finally give Toronto what they felt was worthy in a trade to get OG Anunoby over there in New York to play for Tom Thibodeau in that system, that defensive system over there. So the same thing here with Toronto. Like they're very methodical in how they operate. Like they know what they want, and if the price tag starts getting to that point, they clearly wanted 2 or 3 picks for Siakam. India, at least according to reports right now, are willing to kind of spend that right now. And if that's the case, then he's going to end up in Indy because the Warriors aren't going to spend that. The Lakers don't have the 3 picks. And it doesn't seem, like I said, I thought Philly may check in on him, but doesn't seem to be maybe if it's like a last second kind of Hail Mary there, maybe they get involved. But outside of that, it's looking like the Pacer deal is legitimate. unless this thing falls apart. But I still think that even if this deal falls apart, I still think the Pacers are going to look to move Bruce Brown. And like I said, if he goes to Toronto, they still have Trent Jr., they still have R.J. Barrett, Dennis Schroeder, Emmanuel Quickly, plus others. Scotty Barnes has the ball in his hands a lot. I could see maybe Toronto even routing Bruce Brown Jr. somewhere else and try to get more assets out of that. Kind of like what Portland did when they made their move, when they traded Dame, then got Drew Holiday, and then broke that down into more assets. And they still have Brogdon. They can probably move for more assets. So I can see Toronto maybe moving Bruce Brown again to try to extract more assets. And the Lakers, I think, will have interest in him. So remains to be seen. And all these other things, like I said, Levine, DeJounte Murray, all these guys. I'll tell you what, though, Atlanta and Toronto felt like natural trade partners for Siakam, for Murray. That had been discussed for a while too, over a year. And if looks like Atlanta did not meet that desired package there of Murray and pieces going to Toronto for Siakam, so that trade appears, at least for the moment, to be off the table. If that is the case, let's see what this does to Murray's market. But if Pascal's getting 3 picks there from Indy, then you guys think that Murray is getting minimum 2 picks, considering what they gave up to get him. 3 first-round picks and a pick swap. They gave up to get him, extended him on a pretty decent deal. He's young enough. So I think DeJounte Murray, if Siakam does indeed net 3 first-round picks from Indiana, then I don't think Atlanta moves Murray for anything less than 2 first-round picks. That's just my opinion. We'll have to wait and see on that. But it's going to be expensive. But like I said, man, I don't know why I just had a feeling all summer that they signed Bruce Brown. He wasn't going to be there long-term. They were going to look to move him. I've been saying that repeatedly. And the fact that it didn't really come out until this trade was getting close. So that's interesting. So I'm very interested to see if he gets rerouted somewhere else or stays in Toronto. So shout out to everybody for pulling up. Appreciate you guys, man. We got Fabio in the building here. Let's go. Empire Jeff TV to end my day on a high note. Appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up. Dante, what's good, my guy? Trade machine activated. Facts. Jamar, what's up with you, man? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. Savage says, Jeff, Grimes is available. They want to trade him. Lakers should be offering Prince, Hayes, and 2 seconds for Grimes and Sims. They would love Prince since they are a playoff team. Possible. I mean, from what I'm understanding, the Lakers aren't really looking to move Prince. The Lakers are happy with Prince. I'm happy with Prince. They will move him if they get a deal that they like that makes them better and it works money-wise and helps this year and beyond. I think they would consider moving him. But I know a lot of people were saying they don't think they can re-sign him. One, I don't know if that's true. 2, they really like him. And if you listen to what he's saying, it seems like he is one of the people who seems to really enjoy playing for Darvin Ham, and he may stay because of that. So I don't know if they're going to move him unless they feel that they get a deal that they really can't refuse, and his money is needed to include it. Because look, you've got Bron, you've got AD, you've got Rui, you got D'Lo, you got Reeves. Outside of that, you can't move Vando's money. You can move Gabe's money. Outside of that, when it starts, getting down there, man, Prince at about 4.9 million, and you got all these minimum guys. So there really isn't outside of like D'Lo, Rui, Reeves, and Gabe. That's pretty much your bigger money guys that you're going to move as far as big money, as far as stacking up salaries, and probably a minimum guy or 2. Outside of that, Bron and AD aren't going anywhere. They're probably not trading D'Lo, Reeves, and Rui, right? It's probably maximum 2 of those guys, maximum. And that would have to be for a deal that they really, really like. And outside of that, the Lakers don't have a bunch of salary filler other than minimum. So maybe Prince goes somewhere as a result of that because he's like a double minimum salary, right? So that can maybe help that with an additional minimum. So you got a minimum plus Prince's, it gets you roughly around $8 million going out, on top of one of those other guys' contracts, plus the 7.5 million plus 250K. So that would make sense. But outside of that, I'm just looking to move him for, just because they want to, for no reason. I don't see that happening. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Let's see. Let's see. 1 second, please. Give me one moment here. But outside of that, that's pretty much what's going on right now. It's very, very early. I know a lot of people expected a flurry of moves by January 15th. Teams have been talking mostly all season. December 15th, there could have been some deals. There wasn't. January 15th, there's a ton of deals that could be made. Teams really haven't really done it yet. Even this Indy Toronto deal, it's leaking. It's getting out there, but it's not done yet. So we will see, if this is just one of those things where agents and players are starting to be notified and that's why it's leaking, or if it's a team seeking leverage. We'll know soon, sooner rather than later on that. But that's a good deal for Indy, man. It's a real good deal for Indy. And I don't think they're done because they still have Buddy Hield to move. So they still have Buddy Hield's money. They can move him. I don't believe he will be in this deal. You can do Bruce Brown and filler. So essentially, you went out there, you got Bruce Brown in the offseason. That was basically free money. You got him. You got him in there. That's $22 million in outgoing salary plus filler. And you use that and you're going to pivot that into Pascal Siakam. Now, it's going to cost you picks. I understand that. But nice move for Indy if they get that done. Well done over there in Indy, man. Smash the like button, everyone. Yes, please. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Drop a like on the video. Turn on notifications to get notified when we go live days such as tonight. It would be greatly appreciated. It truly does help the channel. So appreciate you guys who have subbed already and those who will continue to do in the future, man. Dan Inspiration said trade LeBron. It's not going to happen. Angie B, hello. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate the support as usual. I know it's going to be your fun time of the season. Get your calculator out, looking at the cap sheets, looking at everything. Things going to start picking up in the coming weeks, but I do like that we're getting some early action. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see a ton of action from the Lakers too early. Could be wrong, and maybe it will, but I don't see it happening right now. Luis Miguel says, saludos, PR. Welcome. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate the support. Appreciate you. Laker Familia, salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. The mod father, the mod of mods, search and destroy you over here, man. The mod god. Thank you for pulling up, searching. Thank you for everything you do, not just on my channel, but everyone's channel here in this beautiful community that we got. Appreciate you as always. Eric Kwan, what's up, my guy? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate that you like the show. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for spending your time here. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you. Keep it 100. Salute to you, man. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. I'm earlier tonight, man. I got some things I got to do later. There's no Laker game on tonight, so I figured I'd pull up a little bit early. I know my base is usually a late night crowd. I usually pull up later. So it's good to see some people that come in earlier here. I'm going to try to get some more videos in this time frame as well to try to help out in that range. But as of right now, majority of my schedule is later on at night. But I'm going to try to get a few more earlier this week as well. So appreciate you guys, man. What's going on, big baby? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. Bloodhound says, shout out Bloodhound, man. Thank you for pulling up. Siakam will be extended by the Raptors and traded next season, really. So you don't think he's going to Indy in this deal, huh? The deal that's out there being reported. Interesting. Look, all signs point to at least that deal being pretty close to potentially getting done. See if that does indeed happen, though. D Prince, hey Jeff, hey Lakers fam, here we go. Hoping the Lakers trade. Breaking news soon. The Lakers will make a trade. I just don't think there's anything popping up anytime soon. Like I said, it wouldn't make sense for the league to really go out there and empty their assets right now. It's better to have teams bid against each other when everyone's trying to make a move closer to the trade deadline, appease their fan base, extract maximum value. Like I said, the New York-Toronto thing, they've been talking that for a year. That was two teams focused on each other. There really was no bidding war. In a situation like that, time really isn't of the essence. You just wait till you get the deal you've been waiting for and you make the move. When you look at someone like Atlanta, they're going to wait for the highest bidder. And they're going to try to leverage that probably as close to the trade deadline as they get, unless they get an offer out the gate that they feel no one will top. Unfortunately, I don't believe the Lakers will have an offer that can't be topped. So even if the Lakers are offering something right now, Atlanta's probably sitting back. Let's wait and see what's there around the trade deadline. Let's wait that out. They're in no rush to do it right now because they feel they'll get better offers later. Now, like I said, if they feel that's not the case and everyone's just lowballing left and right, maybe they get a little panic there and they jump the gun. But outside of that, I think it's going to drag out a little bit. The Siakam deal, a little bit different. Like I said, they had been linked to Indy with Murray and Siakam trading places. That doesn't appear to be lining up. And then Indy has been out there, big gain hunting over there, man, with their picks and Bruce Brown. That's been kind of out there for the last day or two. Kind of came out of nowhere. Even though, like I said, I told y'all in the summer they were going to trade him. Told y'all 2 months ago, last month, I told you they were going to trade him, and I thought the Lakers will have a chance at him, and they still might if Toronto doesn't have plans to keep him. So that would be quite interesting there. What's going on, Kurt? Hey, Jeff TV, Empire chat friends, Pascal for 3 first-round picks, Bruce, Bobby Brown, and Buddy. I don't think Buddy's in that deal. I think Buddy will be in a separate deal. They're not going to really need Buddy's contract to be in that to make it work. I think it'll be smaller pieces. So I think they move this deal with just Bruce and fill-in and the picks, and I think they move Hield in a separate deal. That's what I think happens. We'll see what happens in the end, though. We'll see what happens there. Snow, I hope you're talking about there, Serge. Whoa. That sucks, Serge. You have to shovel. Let's see here. Do you think we can get Trent Jr. for cheap? He's on expiring deal and would fit our 3-point shooting needs. I think we could get him. I don't know about cheap. He was available last trade deadline. They didn't. He had a player option. It was looking like he was going to opt out. So they were in a similar situation. They didn't find a deal they liked. They talked to him about a potential 3-year extension. So he opted in. Well, they didn't trade him. He opted into his player option and nothing really materialized. That deal kind of fell apart. So maybe now they look to move him. I don't know what his price would be. I think you could get him without a first, maybe some seconds and someone they want. But I don't think he would cost a first. So he would be someone I would keep my eye on. He would be one of those guys that I talk about non-blockbuster move, because I feel the Lakers are going to do non-blockbuster, high-value buyout guys. That's what I feel is going to happen. Not that they don't want to go after big guys. I just don't know if they're going to have the pieces to get it done and if other teams are going to make it happen. That I just don't know yet. But I believe you can get a Gary Trent Jr. without a first-round pick. And to be honest with you, that's what I think the Lakers should be focused on. I think the Lakers should be focused on players that do not cost a first-round pick. That's what I think they should be doing. Because like I said, this summer you'll have 3 to trade. And I've been repeatedly saying, and I'm tired of giving up the future Lakers picks for this team every single year. I understand you don't want to waste a year LeBron James. I understand this, but this is every year, every trade deadline. We're giving away our future to save this team. And the guys we trade for, everyone's tired of the next year, and you got to make another move. So that's what I'm at with it. I'm just getting to the point where I'm really, really tired of mortgaging our future to continue to try to save this team that can't ever get anything right on the floor. So, and if they get him, how's Darvin going to handle it? He handled it well last season after a trade. I'll give him that. But there's a lot of pressure on him this year, and it's going to be really tough. Kind of like maybe a little less depth would help him, coach a little bit better. Not having Cam out there, kind of forces him to use these other guys, and I think that's a blessing in disguise. But like I said, I don't know if the Lakers are in a position where they should cough up a first-round pick for this team anymore, because they've got to start having assets to upgrade their next teams, man. And that's just where their train of thought should be right now. Jeff Huck's only keeping Trae and Jalen. Also, they want to dump a contract with him like Hunter or Clint. Well, I mean, they would like to. What they would like to do versus what the market bears is two totally different things, Savage. So they would love to just keep those two and get rid of guys and attach other contracts out there. But we're heading into the summer of the big bad wolf of that new CBA. Come July 1st, it is a whole different league. So teams are going to be reluctant just to take on bad contracts if they don't feel that it's going to help them now and in the future. So the more I think about it and the more this comes up, the Lakers, I just don't know how much interest they would have in a Clint Capella deal making $22 million a year. I don't know if that's a deal they would like. I think they would like to just get Murray, maybe overpay a little bit for him to not have to get Capella in that deal. But if you're the Lakers and you're bringing back Murray and you're bringing back Capella, I mean, you're looking at almost $40 million in salary you're taking back in for those two guys. And does that even make you a better team? You know what I mean? You got to think about this stuff. You're giving up, young players. You're giving up pieces, good role players. It isn't working right now. You're giving that up for Murray and Capella. And does that put you above Denver? You know what I mean? Does that put you above, Boston? If you get to the finals, does this put you above OKC? Does that put you above any of these teams, in the top 4, Minnesota? Well, I don't fear those guys. What I'm saying, though, is I don't know how much different your team is and how is Murray going to fit with Braun? Like, that's a real question. That's a real thing. Matt says, I want Bogdan. Yeah, and I saw some people, Capella and Bogdan. Now, that's $57 million coming back in, meaning you'd have to move out $52 million because the Lakers are hard capped. They cannot exceed. They can only take back about $4.9 million of what they send out. So because of that, they can only really take back, they'd have to send out $52 million to get to that $57 million. So that would be, D'Lo, Rui, Reeves. Like, it'd have to be a huge deal. They'd have to gut the team to get those guys. And again, do those guys make that team? Does it take that team to the next level there? That I don't know. I legitimately don't know. So these are the questions that you have to ask and you have to figure out before you go and make these deals. And a lot of teams, not just the Lakers, got to figure that out before you just go ahead and gut your future here for a bunch of guys who may not make your team that much better. Giovanni says, what's up, Empire Jeff? Let's make a trade hopefully soon. Hey, they're definitely talking. They're doing what they can. They're working the phones, emails, texts, this, that, and the third. They're doing everything they can right now. But again, like I said, it takes 2 to tango, man. And even though the Lakers might want to make trades right now, doesn't mean the rest of the league wants to. So the Lakers may have been waiting for January 15th to try to do something, but these other teams, if they're wise, they'll wait out and let these teams bet against each other. And that's kind of where they're sitting at right now. Bruce Brown at 2 for $45 million is pretty steep. Well, he's got about half a year left, and the second one is a club option there, Eric. So the team that trades for him doesn't necessarily have to keep him. So it's a club option. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not even sure Toronto keeps him. It's $22 million. And like I said, for the Lakers, it's not, it's not that bad with one more year, but it is a club option. So a team moves for him. Maybe Toronto flips him for a guy for a little bit longer term money for a team looking to get out from under it. Like I said, this summer, teams are going to look hard at their books, and a contract like that would be valuable around the league at that point. Give me 1 second here. I think my internet is starting to trip. Second, my dad, Dan, the Lakers fan. Shout out to my brother here, man. Just hit 24K, man. Go check out that track. Go over and, go over to Dan's channel, show him love. Salute to you, man, for that 24K, man. I'm trying to get to 1K. I'm excited about that, man. But 24K, I can't even imagine that. So, man, that's a lot of work, dedication, time, sacrifice, passion, all the above, man. Salute to you and all of y'all hard work, my guy. Yeah, I'm back, man. I was out of town, but I'm back with it now. Back in my studio, my equipment, man. Feeling at home, man. So appreciate you, bro. Thank you for your support as always. B Heights 323. What's going on? Do you think Lakers will make any moves or stay put? I think they will make moves, but I don't think they're going to make a move that's crazy. I don't think they're going to do something that people. I don't think they're going to do a break the internet move. I mean, they could theoretically. I just want to put money on it. They're the Lakers. They reach for the stars, man. They swing for the fences. So there's potential for something, but that would surprise me a little bit. Like I said, non-blockbuster, high value buyouts, I think would be great for this team. And I think that's what they're. I think that's what they're looking at. So hopefully. We'll get some action in the coming weeks. I just don't think it's going to be right now. Wouldn't it make sense to be right now, to be honest? Let's see. Getting a storm coming in. Oh man, be careful out there, man. Be careful out there, Serge. You got to search and destroy those clouds, man. Get them out of there, man. Get them out of there. Let's go. Let's see. We got any backup options if we don't get Murray or Levine. I don't think Levine is happening. I'm not even going to really consider that as an option. I've never really bought into that. If that does happen, that would shock me. Murray wouldn't shock me. I'd be surprised if the Lakers have the package that could get it done, but it wouldn't shock me. If they made a move for Levine, that would shock me. It doesn't make sense. The amount of time left on that contract, the money left on the contract, the fit, everything. It just that would shock me if that deal happens. But again, Murray and Levine, outside of that, like there's a tons of different packages the Lakers can do. There's tons of different things they can move out there. There's a lot of different angles they can go. Like I said, you got someone like Luke Canard, who's a shooter out there in Memphis. I think the Lakers should be going after him. They need shooting. He's a shooter. He's not a great defender, obviously, but he's a guy that, playing with Bron and AD can make shots. And he always lights up the Lakers, right? So someone like Luke Canard, might be available. I hear a lot of people talking about Brogdon. Brogdon's injuries are a concern for me. And to top it off, he didn't have a great playoffs last year, plus his injuries. So I kind of would stay away from him. But I think a Luke Canard, something like that, I really, really, really wish that Memphis would make Marcus Smart available. I just don't believe they will. I believe they're trying to make him part of their culture moving forward. I think that he is someone that's going to be part of that team for a while. So that would surprise me if they did actually move him. But actually, you know what? It would shock me if they moved him, not just surprise me. That would shock me. I think they got him to be part of their future. And I think that's what they're hoping for. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that. But the Memphis has just been run over, man. They've lost John Morant. They've lost Desmond Bane's out for a while. Steven Adams out for the season. Like they're just getting piled on injuries. Smart himself is out. So I think they're gonna blow up some of those other pieces there. Like I said, maybe a Tillman gets moved, Canard, guys like that. So those guys might be available. And I think someone like Canard is someone the Lakers should absolutely look at. Because I'm 95% sure that we aren't getting Murray or Levine. I know the script. I don't think we're getting them because I don't think they're very interested in getting in having Levine and Murray. I don't think they have the pieces to make happen. So that's just what I believe, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Outside of that, like I said, it's just going to be, there's some type of package where you get, I know everyone loves Lonnie Walker, right? But maybe there's some type of thing where Lonnie Walker and Dorian Finney-Smith come back to the Lakers. I mean, not back. I mean, Lonnie back to the Lakers and Finney-Smith included in that deal. Maybe there's a deal like that can happen. Maybe there's a combination of like a Chris Dunn and Olynyk over there. So there's different things that could happen that we'll have to wait and see what happens with. But outside of that, I don't really see the Lakers getting a major deal right now. I have to wait and see, though. See what shakes loose. Maybe a team that has plans for a deal falls apart. Maybe the Lakers, something falls in their lap there. Hi, Jeff. Do you think Kirsch will stay with the Dodgers blue? Hoping he stays. I think so, but I don't think there'll be a decision I don't think a decision is imminent. And I think it's going to take a little bit of time for him to decide. And even if he decides to return to the Dodgers, I do believe that he probably wouldn't, pitch again until late in the summer, maybe a couple of months before the playoffs. Just to, preserve his arm strength and keep him fresh for the playoffs, no matter where he goes, whether it's Texas, Dodgers. I think that will be the plan. But I do believe that he will, if he does decide to pitch, I believe it will be for the Dodgers. That's just my personal opinion. I don't have any insight. That's just what I feel. We need to do something. They're going to do something. But like I said, I just don't believe it's going to happen anytime soon. Like I said, other teams get a little bit desperate there. But outside of that, I don't really see a team having to rush anything right now. I see what the Lakers would want to, but I wouldn't see why another team would want to do it right now if history shows you're probably going to get better offers if you wait closer to the trade deadline. Pastor O says, what would it take to get Corey Crisper from the Wizards? I don't know what his market is. I could try to look it up and see if there's anything out there floating around. But as of right now, I don't know what it would take to get him. I haven't heard him really linked to the Lakers. I know a lot of people talk about the Lakers having that relationship with Washington, but that relationship is gone. That GM is out of there. It's the old Clipper GM now over there running the show. So Lakers don't have that relationship anymore. So they're not going to openly help the Lakers. That relationship will have to be reestablished. So I don't know if the Lakers are even looking for that right now. I know people have linked Gafford there as well to the Lakers, have tried to, trying to make that happen. I don't know what those guys' markets are currently. I don't know what that would be yet. Search says it's 5 degrees outside. Yeah, that's cold, man. I love the script. Lakers aren't getting Murray or Levine. Yeah, man. I don't necessarily think either. Obviously, I don't think either of those deals changes things drastically. I like the Murray deal way more than Levine. I would hate the Levine deal. I wouldn't love the Murray deal, but I wouldn't hate it, depending on the price. And like I said, at this point, if I'm the Lakers, just stop giving away your future picks, man. Just stop. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. What is all this trade rumors that the Lakers win to motivate them to play better? I don't buy into that narrative. I don't believe it's trade rumors that are motivating guys to play better. I don't believe that it's a player sick. So, there's a report out there because a player was sick. Everyone thought a trade was coming. Could just be it's January and dude was sick. You know what I mean? Like people look into reports or any little thing on Twitter and they just start reaching and reading tea leaves that aren't there. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just guys got out of a funk. Sometimes it's guys had a conversation with a teammate about something that wasn't working and they figured some things out. Maybe AD stepped to D'Lo and maybe they squashed their part. Doesn't look like him and Braun have done that yet. But it could be something as simple as that. They've said that Darvin has had multiple film sessions where he's let the team speak freely, speak their mind. It looks to me, especially if you watch last night's game, that he's listening to them because I felt he coached a pretty solid game last night. Was he perfect? No, but he did some things much, much better than he's done in the past. And I think that's a product of speaking with his team and them finding a common ground there. D'Lo being one of them. D'Lo back in the starting lineup. Reeves back in the starting lineup. These are guys that had issues with it, right? They're back in the starting lineup. Rotations were a little bit tighter, right? You have Christian Wood, Rui, and Vando all getting minutes last night. Vando wanted minutes restrictions. He had to dip down. Rui had it going, was playing very well. He got the minutes in the fourth. So when you look at that, I think Darvin is making some progress with his players in that regard. And when that happens, players get a little bit more comfortable in their normal roles. They're actually letting D'Lo play some point guard, which is when he's at his best. And because he's playing in a position that he needs to be in with the ball in his hands, playing a little bit free there back in the starting lineup, he's going to be more comfortable. So therefore, he's going to play better. I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with the trade rumors. I think it's just the situation, the role changed a little bit back to something that favors him. So he's playing more comfortable and playing better at this point. So I don't really think it has anything to do with the trade rumors, to be honest. J.A., what's going on? It says, hi, Jeff. What do you think Ham is so hell-bent on giving Prince too much playing time? Because they only have a few guys that can guard wings. Again, I don't know what all this Prince hate is about. If you don't have Prince out there, who's guarding wings? Like, who's going to guard the wings with Cam not there? Vando on a minutes restriction, right? You got Prince. Like, who's going to guard wings? And you saw Max Christie isn't ready to be out there full time. He's not. He's not ready. I think he will be in the future, and I'm high on him, but he's just not ready. He's still very young. He's a year and a half into his career. So if you don't put Taurean Prince out there, who's guarding wings? Braun? Is that what you want? It's not ideal. You know what I mean? So they have to play him because they need someone to guard wings. Salute Festo. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate your support as always. Appreciate you. Angel Torres, what's going on, man? He said, what happened? Just pulled up. Nothing's happening. We're just talking basketball and potential moves and things, of that nature, but nothing has happened. Just talking the trade season has kicked off. Possible Siakam trade could up the price for other players in the trade market. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Resets the market. And when a market gets reset, that's what happens. So the Lakers are probably looking back, seeing like what is going on, what potentially would be the cost of someone like Murray. And if a deal like this goes down, where Toronto, if the rumors are true, are on the verge of getting 3 first-round picks for Siakam, then Murray ain't going on for less than 2, at least unless the market corrects itself, right? So if that's the case, the Lakers aren't getting him unless they throw in Reeves, throw in Rui, and a pick. Like, I think that's a little bit too pricey, man. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's a little bit too pricey for me. Jose Sandoval says, Jeff, I think we need a player that can score when Braun or AD are not shooting good. Yeah, they need a bucket getter. They definitely need a bucket getter. Guys like that, I think they'll be able to find. Like I said, non-blockbuster. They need a guy who can score. Problem is when you get a guy who's a bucket, what else is he giving you? So if you go out and get a Jordan Clarkson, I'm just using an example. I'm not saying that's happening. If you go out and get a Jordan Clarkson who can be a chucker, he can shoot you in or out of a game. But if he's not giving you the offense, what else is he giving you? So a guy like that, you want coming off your bench, bringing in kind of like a microwave scorer, right? Get him in there, get some buckets. And if he doesn't have a goal on that night, then you got to figure it out from there. They definitely need a guy like that. They don't have a guy like that. When Reeves was on the bench, they had someone similar, not to that level, but a guy that can get you 15 to 18 points off the bench consistently. I think he's capable of doing that. But he also gives you a little bit more. He can get you some assists. He can get to the free throw line, which racks up fouls, get you in the bonus. He can do some things for you, but he can't defend, obviously. So that's why I would hit with the starting lineup, like I've always said. With D'Lo and Reeves, you have to have a healthy Vando for that to work. And Vando looked great last night. I wish he was able to play 30 minutes a game. He's just not able to yet. But he's looks like he's getting back into game shape last night, man. He looked great out there, filling those passing lanes, man. Grievous King, what's going on? THT going to be traded. He is at the end of the Jazz bench. Yeah, and he's the guy that I think he's making the amount of money that he can move out. He's probably their chip that they could really move this season. They've been playing great. They're winning a lot of games. I'm not 100% sure they're trading marketing anymore. Like they may look to build around these guys. We got to wait to see. Wait to see where they are closer to the trade deadline. Another team that's probably in no rush to do something right now. See where they are. See where the league is. They've got Colin Sexton there. They've got Marketing there. They got THT there. They got Olynyk there. They got Clarkson. They got Chris Dunn. They got guys they can move. I just don't know if they're going to be buyers or sellers. And that's why it's better for them to wait these 3 weeks, see where you are, get more feel for your team, and then go from there. So that's a team I don't see jumping into the pool right now to make big moves. In my opinion, the best other option, if Murray doesn't get it done, will be Jazz, Sexton, JC, and or Olynyk. They're climbing up in the standings, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I just talked about. I don't know if they're going to be buyers or sellers. I think we check in with Utah and see what we can get. They will. Hey, Jose, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. I think they'll check in, but I don't think Utah knows if they're buying or selling yet. Heard rumor that Trae would be okay with the trade to San Antonio to be paired with Wemby. Yeah, I'm sure he would have, but everything I've heard is Atlanta's not looking to move him. They're looking to move everyone else and kind of rebuild around him. But haven't heard anything that would cancel that out. So we're gonna have to wait to see. But I don't see, at least for right now, I don't see Trae Young going anywhere right now. Maybe in the coming years, but so far that hasn't been labeled as a possibility. Murray would fit great. Jeff, stop with the narratives. All love though. Murray would fit great. I mean, we'll see. I mean, tell me anywhere that anyone's just been plug and play next to Braun. Please tell me where that's a narrative. Because if that's a narrative, then your definition of narrative probably needs to be corrected. Because there's a long list of guys who came in and could not fit with Braun that played fine elsewhere. It's no shade towards Braun. It's just not always easy to play with him when you're a guy that needs the ball in your hands. That's not a narrative. That's a fact. Checking around on that. Need Murray and Levine if they're giving away everything. They're giving away everything. They probably want Reeves in any deals. But what they want and what they get are going to be two different things, right? I have a feeling we ain't doing ish till the last day of the trade deadline. And that's possible. What's going on, Nico? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. I'm not saying it's going to be the last day of the trade deadline. It could be a couple of days before that, but I definitely think it's going to be in February. Unless another team just feels they can't get any more value from another team that they could get from the Lakers. But I don't see that being a problem. Audio? I don't understand. Let me see if I'm good. Okay. Michael Grange from Toronto Media wasn't sure about the indie trade being a thing. Thinks Masai still wants younger players over late teen first round picks. Maybe, or maybe he's looking to flip those picks for someone else because Toronto's not a free agent destination. There'd be guys looking to move salary. So maybe he's looking to move some of those picks to try to get someone instead of a free agent. Maybe he's looking to make a trade. And you got Bruce Brown money, Dennis Schroeder money, Gary Trent Jr. money, plus these picks. That puts you in play for a decent trade. So everything may not be about, Bruce Brown ending up there. You know what I mean? It could be a flip again. So keep that in mind. Spicy P might land on the Patriots, it seems. Yeah, he definitely might. Hope Siakam goes anywhere but the Warriors. Yeah, I know they want him, but again, they're not going to be able to top a deal that Indy can throw out there like that. Dan says, sub to my guy. Let's get him to 1K. That's right. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. Where are we at right now? See, I started the day today, I think around 9:10. I'm at 9:15 right now. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and drop a sub on the channel, man. Drop a like on the video. We've got 60 people in the building right now, 38 likes. So it'll be greatly, greatly appreciated you if you at least just drop a like on the video. It's free. It goes a long way to help the channel. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And when you subscribe to the channel, please turn on those notifications to get notified when we go live on days such as tonight. I want the Warriors to make no trade so Curry can request a trade. I don't think Curry is going to be out of there. I think he's a Warrior for life. But that either way, that team is done right now for sure. For sure. Do you think the Lakers stay with this roster and fight it out? I don't think they stay with this roster. I think they stay with a decent chunk of it, but I don't think they gut 6 guys like they did last season. Maybe they do if things just go completely off a cliff, but it's hard to tell because I don't know where this team is going to be in 3 weeks. So it's really hard to predict what they're really going to do. If D'Lo continues to play well, Reeves plays well, Vando's getting healthier, Rui Wood, and those guys are contributing, then maybe the Lakers alter their thoughts on what they're thinking of doing. If they go out there and they handle business against Dallas, and they start to look better every game, and these pieces start to line up again, this lineup starts to work, which I'm not saying it's going to. I'm just saying if it does, then that alters your feelings and your thoughts. So they just have to wait it out. Juan Valverde, what's up, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. We got a contending team. Gotta want Kelly Olynyk. Yeah, that's what I've said. But I'm not giving up a first for Kelly Olynyk. I'm definitely not. He's $12 million. If Utah wants to take Gabe in some seconds, we can talk about that. Like I said, I think Gabe may be the contract that might get moved. I don't know if the Lakers are going to be patient and wait for him anymore. I think they liked him. They love the addition of him, but his body betrayed him this year, and the Lakers need that spot filled. So they may potentially look to move Gabe's money. And like I said, he can even go in that Canard deal. You know what I mean? So I can see that happening. And they may be looking to focusing in on his deal to get him out of there and get a player back. So Kelly Olynyk would be a pretty solid pickup for them. It's about just waiting to see if they're able to get him. So 1 second here. Let's see. That kid Jay. Lakers cooked if they don't get Levine or Murray. LBJ 39. He needs help. If they don't make it fair, LeBron leaving for sure. Like I said, I don't think they're getting those guys. So Levine, I'd be surprised if the Lakers even have any interest in him. And Murray, I think they would like to try to get him. I just don't know if they're going to be able to get him. I think other teams will be able to outbid the Lakers. And like I said, if Pascal Siakam is going to get 3 picks, Atlanta's going to want at least 2 from Murray. So I don't know if the Lakers are going to have enough to get him. And again, if I'm the Lakers, I make Braun say, okay, I'm turning down $50 million to leave, move, get away from my family, move out of here and go from there. So I don't think that's happening. And like I said, if it does, I don't know how upset I'd even be about it. But to be honest, I don't think Braun is turning down $50 million. He's trying to keep it cool with the Lakers. He wants Bronny to play there. He wants his family to stay in LA. Doesn't want to be away from his family to go play for another team for a year. Plus turn down $50 million. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Is it impossible? No, but I think a lot would have to go really, really bad for that to happen. Heard rumor that Cleveland is interested in acquiring Royce and DFS. Any thoughts on that one? I think a lot of teams are interested in that. It's probably a little lesser cost than a lot of those deals out there. Cleveland's got to do something. They're having their issues, so they definitely got to do something to shake some things up, and that's what they're working on. So those guys, like I said, I think that will be a deal that probably is secondary, but will be there and available. Like everyone's talking about Mikal Bridges, they're not moving him. Cam Johnson, they're not moving him. I don't think so, at least. Maybe Lonnie they move because they think they're not going to re-sign him. Finney Smith, maybe, like I said. But outside of that, I don't think anyone's interested in Ben Simmons, obviously. But those guys, they got some guys they can move, but that's like a lower tier trade package there, right there. Not getting a Levine, and we have a 1 in 50 chance to get Murray, last I read. Yeah, that seems to be where we stand now. Things could change, but that's where things stand right now. The sooner the better. We need to catch up and gain ground before everything in the West gets too difficult to get into the mix. Facts. Donate to Jeff on the Cash App. Yes, $ Empire, Jeff. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Salute, Jonathan Neely. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up, man. Hey, Craig, how you doing? Thank you for pulling up. I want to see the Lakers going to win streak before the trade deadline and see if we need to keep this roster how it is. And if we do, let's roll. I think no matter what, I think they're going to make a move. I'm not sure they're willing to wait for Gabe anymore. So even if this team somehow comes together and finds a connection with each other and comes together, I still think they look to make a move. In that case, it might be Gabe's deal that goes. I gotta have to wait it out and see. Let's see. What's that? Joe Men, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. A Levine trade would lock Lakers salary cap up for years. No thanks. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Don't want Levine. How come the Lakers don't practice like they used to back in the day? No team really does. No team really practice. They do shoot arounds. They do all that, but pretty much no team practices in the NBA anymore. Just really isn't a thing. How about just some minor reinforcements? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like a non-blockbuster, high-level buyout guy. So non-blockbuster trade followed by a high-level buyout guy, I think would go a long way to help this team. That's just what I believe. We got to wait and see, though. Nicholas Clark, what's going on? Do you have a list of two-way players that we can realistically get? Like a Dorian Finney-Smith, I think is realistic. I don't know if you're considering Caruso a two-way, but I think it's kind of realistic. But again, it's going to be pricey. I don't know if you consider Drummond a two-way player. If you're talking about 3 and D, then Finney Smith, Caruso, like I said, those guys. But it's going to be pricey. There's going to be guys looking for those guys. There's going to be guys looking for them. So I don't really know. But they need a big. They need a point of attack defender. They need a guard who can get to the cup. So like I said, the Lakers' wings haven't been terrible. Their wing defenders haven't been terrible. It's just their ability to guard threes have been terrible, and their offensive rebounding. They can shore those two things up. The Lakers will be in much better place. Make a trade with Warriors. They're hurting. That's not going to happen. Humble Sports. What's up, my guy? Thank you for pulling up. Hope you're having a good one, man. Appreciate the support. Good to see you. Hope all is well with you, man. Appreciate you. Salute, Jeff. All in here. My guy, Search. What's up, Satchel? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Jeff, the Lakers should go after Finney Smith and Royce O'Neal. Those will be two good pieces. Yeah, B Heights. I feel you. I think they'll check in on that for sure. I think they definitely will. What's up, Miguel? Thanks for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Let's see here. We got brilliant suggestion. Luke Canard. How about Bismack Biyombo signing? They haven't signed him yet. I thought they would maybe go after him a little earlier. They didn't. I think Canard is someone to look for. I've talked about him in the past. Now that with all those injuries in Memphis, might be a guy. Doesn't make crazy money. He's a shooter. He's always lit us up. So I've heard his name kind of make the rounds of late. So I think that is something that is possible. It's just me, or does it seem that D'Lo and Braun have tension? No, they definitely do. They definitely do. Like I said, it seems like him and AD kind of got on the same page, but it doesn't seem like him and Braun are back where they need to be yet. And that's where Braun needs to be a better leader with that. Braun should nip that in the bud already. What about Gafford and Kuz? I believe they're making just under $38 million this year. Kuz's contract is top heavy. I know we're lacking rebounding at the moment. Yeah, I just don't see them making that move. That's just too much money for those two guys. Maybe possible, yes, but I don't know if the Lakers are going for anything that long-term money-wise right now. I just don't know if they're going to do it. Yo, Jeff, I think Braun would give the ball handling duties to Murray, though. That's what I'm saying. Braun would trust him. He's not Reese or D'Lo. Now, I get you on that. But again, that's not my point. My point is the fit. Like, is Murray going to perform to the level that we've seen him perform? Too many times we've seen guys get here. As soon as they play with Braun, AD, and play in the Lakers uniform, is he going to perform? That's what I'm saying. Like, there's many guys who, as soon as they link up with LeBron James, they leave their game in their previous city. And that's what I'm worried about. So you're going to give up and go in and dump a ton of money, man. Philly 121, 113 over Denver right now. Okay. So many guys have gone and moved on to go play with LeBron, and their game just disappeared. If that's going to be expensive to get him, for him to show up and not play well, it's a legitimate concern and a worry that I do have. Do you think the Lakers are an inconsistent basketball team this year? Yeah, of course. I mean, they're inconsistent. They're off injured. You know, the lack of attention there, attention to detail, effort. There's a lot of things going on with them. So, but again, I know people don't like to use it or speak on it, but like I said, LeBron James isn't speaking on it, so I can speak on it. Injuries are a real problem with this team. They have been all season, and this team was built on depth, but most of that depth has been out. It's tough to get out there and get wins. If we make no trades, what do you think about the buyout market? Alec Burks, Gordon Hayward, then sign Bismack. I think there'll be some good players in the buyout market, man. I think someone like Buddy Hield potentially could be available. Like I said, Gordon Hayward potentially could be available. I think there's going to be some guys that people didn't expect to become available if there's some big trades that go down. But I do think the Lakers will make a trade. I'm not saying it's going to be a huge one, but I think that they will definitely make a trade. I don't want Hayward. I would take Hayward on a buyout. I think you could play next to Braun pretty well. You know, you got to hope he stays on the court. Gordon Hayward can hoop, man. He can play. His only thing is not being able to stay on the court, but he'd be a good guy to play next to Braun and AD, to be honest with you. I mean, at least I think so. Hey, Search, people shouting out. Search, what's going on, Kareem? Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate your continued support, man. Head on over to my guy, the Kareem Report over there, and drop him a sub if you haven't done so already. More than likely, you already have. Great content over there. This man knows his stuff. He knows inside the game, outside the game. He got his sources. He got his contacts. He knows what he's talking about, man. That's my brother right there, big brother in these YouTube streets. Shout out, Kareem, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all the support you continue to show over here, man. Thank you. It's buyout though, minimum. I'll take it. Yeah, facts. Festo says, shout out Kareem. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, make sure to head over to the Kareem Report, man. Great content. Great content, man. One of the first YouTube streets I made it to when I got started over here on YouTube, man. So shout out my guy Reem for sure, man. Get Scary Terry and a shooter, maybe a backup center that actually gets rebounds. Scary Terry is cool, man. He can score. Don't give you a lot of defense, and he's small. So like I said, his money isn't great. There's a lot of things. Like I said, there's guys out there, but I just don't know if we just don't end up in the same situation we're in again. Like I'm saying, that's why I don't want to give up too much for these guys. In hindsight, why didn't the Lakers get a senior and season associate coach? Someone good with X's and O's. Hey, man, been saying that for a year and a half. I'm with you on that 100%. Lakers got to go all in on a third star. They're going to get a lot of backlash. Jeannie will get torched out here. I don't think Jeannie cares, man, to be honest. They're not going to go out there and get a third star and pay a guy 4 years just to quiet a fan base. They're not going to do it. They don't need to. People show up. Their money's locked in. Their TV deal is locked in. Everything's locked in. They don't have to fold the pressure. They don't have to. Now, they're not going to attempt to be out there and go reckless, but they don't have to fold to public pressure or fan pressure. People are going to still show up. People are still going to go. People are still going to buy merch. People are still going to have their providers. Like, and none of that changing. You know what I mean? So they're not going to feel that pressure. They'll do it if it helps the team. That's why they waited till the trade deadline to move Russ. They didn't move him in the summer like everyone was screaming for. They didn't make a move this year on January 15th with everyone throwing a fit. They didn't fire Darvin Ham when everyone's throwing a fit. The Lakers move on their schedule, not on ours. They always have. And they always will. My brisket brother, what's going on, Don Terry? Yo, what's going on, my guy? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate the support, man. Head on over to the Kingpin Talks podcast. Support my guy over there, man. Don, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for all your continued support. Hope you're doing well, man. I don't know if you're on the road right now or not, but I hope you're doing well, man. And I appreciate you, man. I got to get you on the show, sir, man. It's been a while. Definitely been a while. 1 second here. Okay, sorry, guys. Let's see. How about Jeremy Grant? I like Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant about $30 million a year. Be a little bit pricey. Signed for 4.5 more years. Wouldn't mind him. I don't know what his market is yet. I think Philly is interested in him. Like I said, I think that plenty of other teams might be interested in him. That long-term deal. I don't know how far out the Lakers want to go on salaries. In the Rob Pelinka era, it's very rare that they go out and go past 2 to 3 years in long-term money. So meaning that Jeremy Grant would have 4.5 more years. Now that $30 million won't look as bad a couple of years from now. I just don't know if that's someone the Lakers are going to actively go after because of that contract. So I don't know. He's a good player. I like Jeremy Grant. But I don't think the Lakers are in love with that contract as far as the length, not necessarily annual, but the length. Other teams have proven unwilling to help us in trade market, and we don't have many draft picks. That's true, Satchel. That's true. JS says, I remember trading Luol Deng for Dorian Finney-Smith in 2K18 to free up cap space. Good time. That's funny. That's funny. Marginal trade options could be someone like Bogdan from Detroit, DFS, Royce, Caruso, or Terry Rozier. Yeah, those will be on the fringe right there. I think those could help. That's scary. With Scary Terry, I like if he's a bucket, but I've got some concerns there too. 59 locking, 42, 59 watching, 42 likes. Hey, appreciate your search. Yeah, man, come on, drop a like on the video. Let's see where we're at right now. It's 916 subs. Appreciate you. So go and sub to the channel if you have not done so already. Turn on notifications there. 45 likes. We got 58 people in the building. So go ahead and drop a like if you have not done so already. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. D Prince says, to be honest, I'm rooting for any East teams against all those West teams that are over us at the time of the moment. Hey, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you, man. Appreciate you, Reem. See, Jeff, do you think we can stay above 500 until the trade deadline, or do you think we need a trade within the next week or two? I think we can. It's just, got to get guys healthy. Getting Vandal back out there would be a big, his minutes up, getting Christian Whitmore minutes, Rui getting back in the court. All these guys are back now. I think the only one out right now is like Cam and Gabe, right? So, these guys being back is going to be a main reason or deciding factor in that. So if Darvin can get these rotations right, these guys come to play, D'Lo stays a little bit more consistent, right? Then you have a chance here, man. You've got a chance, but it's going to take work, and it's going to take some sacrifices for these guys. And these guys got to get connected, point blank, period. Thanks, bro. I'm currently laying over for the night in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm definitely looking forward to being on your show. Yeah, man, we'll line that up soon, man. I got you. You know what it is. You already know what it is, man. But let's see. Raptors YouTubers talking about in progress Siakam to Pacers deal. Man, I hope this happens for Toronto, man. After the Shohei Ohtani thing with the Blue Jays, man, just give Toronto something, man. Give them some joy, man. Give them some joy to get 3 first-round picks, man. Give it to them. Give it to them. Having said that, I still think that they potentially may move those picks and Bruce Brown and maybe a Gary Trent to try to go get, someone bigger. We'll see about that. But like I said, that's a good piece to have. 3 first-round picks, Bruce Brown's movable money. You still got Dennis. You still got Gary Trent Jr. You can move out. So I don't think they're done yet, even if they do make that deal. It'll be very interesting to see what comes up there. But I think Toronto's going to be open for business, man. They got a lot of things to do. They're clearing their decks there. I like I like the move of getting them RJ in quickly. I like OJ move to the Knicks more to help them right now. But I do like Toronto having those guys as cornerstones moving forward with Scotty Barnes. They've got options now. So if this trade goes through, if they got those 3 picks, if you got Bruce Brown, you got that money you can move. Plus, you already got those guys for your future. Plus, you're probably going to the lottery. So, I mean, Toronto actually is going to kind of have their ish together, right? And they're going to have some things that they can do in the future, which I think is good for them. Should we look at the lottery teams to see if their best players are available? Yeah, I mean, they're going to look at everyone. The one thing about Rob is he does his homework. He checks in with everyone. He calls everywhere, probably multiple times a day. With Rob, he's very good, very, very good at doing his job, man. And I know a lot of people have bashed him over the years, but Rob Pelinka is a very, very solid GM in this league. He's more liked than people think. He does have relationships. Again, those false narratives of no one likes Rob, that is false. I trust Rob to try to figure this out. It's not going to be easy. No one's going to be lining up to help the Lakers. They're going to have value to get out the teams they're going to want. I don't believe the Lakers, are very interested in moving someone like Austin Reeves. They really wouldn't want to. But if a deal comes their way that they feel is too good to refuse, I think they would move him. But it would have to be for the right deal. And I'm not sure what that deal is. I don't know if Murray is that guy. I personally would think might not be. But we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be a whole process. And we're going to have to wait to see what happens there. Nicholas Clark says, this trade season feels grim for our Lakers. We don't have much to offer, and we have so many holes. Yeah, but think about it. We had Westbrook and a first-round pick last year. These guys are a lot more desirable than that. So they're going to do something. Don't worry about it. They're going to do something. If the Raptors do make that deal, they'll still need a power forward. I don't see Bruce Brown fitting the bill. Curious what they try to get after that. Yeah, I think there'd be more flipping in the progress there, man. Best mod in the business for sure. Shut up, I'm about to search, man. I would like to hear Search on the show complaining about the snow with videos of Kurt doing push-ups in the background, right? There we go. But yeah, so gonna be interesting trade season, guys. It's gonna be interesting to see what's going on. I think there's potential for some craziness, things to get hectic. You got the Lakers involved. Like I said, you're gonna have Lakers are involved in a trade deadline every year, man. It feels like it's the LeBron area. They're always trying to improve this roster around this time. You've got them there. Milwaukee's going to try to do some things to shore up their defense. Boston is going to try to add some depth. Miami is going to be involved there. Philly's going to have some pieces probably they want to move. Is New York done? What's Brooklyn going to do? What's Phoenix going to do? What are the Clippers going to do? The Warriors might do something crazy. Does Denver need to do something to add a little, something to their title defense run? Like, does Portland move Grant and Brogdon into where? Does Dallas do something to add someone with Kyrie and Luka? Like there's so many things that can happen now. And it's going to be super exciting to see how these things line up and where they go. This Pacers Raptors trade could reset the market, hopefully in our favor. I mean, actually, if it goes 3 first-round picks, I think it changed the market out of our favor for right now, because I think Atlanta's going to want at least 2 first-round picks for Murray. And if Toronto does get 3 for Siakam, and mind you, Murray is signed long-term. He's on a flight risk. He's not a potential rental. So I think Murray's prices will actually go up if that trade is actually true. Any update on the Dodgers trade you were mentioning the other day? No update. I've had no further intel. It's kind of just in a holding pattern right now. The other team may be involved in some other things. From my understanding, that they made some significant progress. They told me they got as far as the 15-yard line and kind of stalled. It hasn't been pushed back to like the 50. Both teams still like what each other are talking about. But something has caused a little bit of a snag there. And that trade had layers to it. And one of the layers to that trade has been disrupted by a division rival right now. And the Dodgers are trying to work through that. So that one is still in play. I'm telling you that when I was talking about that deal, I had people tell me that the Dodgers, there were about a combination of 15 things that they could do between more signings, trades and signings. And that was one of them. And that was one of the top 5 ones. But there was up to 15 other options they had in play. But that one was one that was gaining steam, seemed to be the one they were locked in on the time. And it's kind of paused. So that's why I've had nothing on it, because I have gotten no more intel. I really haven't gotten much intel at all, really, since the Teoscar Hernandez signing. I just haven't had much since the deal I talked about that was being kind of worked on. It's kind of still stuck there right now. So as soon as I have an update, I will let you guys know. But I don't want to speculate. I'm only going to talk about when I get an update from someone that knows, is in the know of this way more than I am. So still waiting on that update. I've talked to people every other day. There's been nothing to report, so I don't really got nothing to give to you right now. So apologize for that. I really thought that deal was getting close, and it's still right there, but it's just the back end of that deal, which would make the Dodgers want to do it. That part of it is kind of in doubt right now. So that's what they're waiting to sort out right now. Do you see the Warriors moving Chris Paul? Good thing he has an insurance with State Farm. Yes, I do. I do think they have, his $30 million non-guaranteed money. You got some other guys you can move there. I definitely think that they look to move him. I think they try to get crazy. I will still say, and I will continue to say, although they don't love Zach LaVine's money, they don't want to take on long-term money. They've got to do something. So I think Zach LaVine could potentially end up in the Bay. I wonder if Wiggins and Kuminga can be enough. They have been playing poor this season. Kuminga will gain interest on the trade market if he's made available. And that's one guy I think would have to go in a deal for Zach LaVine. So I think there's a chance he goes. They like him. I think they want to keep him, but that doesn't mean they're going to. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But that's my time for tonight, guys. Man, I'm an hour in. Wanted to, go ahead and drop this video, guys. I know I'm a day late, but I had a Laker game yesterday I wanted to cover and break down. So shout out to you guys for tuning in. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that, man. If you haven't done so already, please drop a like on the video. Like I said, we had as high as 70 people in the building tonight. We were at 49 likes. Let's get to 50 before I get out of here. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Like I said, about 30% of the people who listen to this channel on a nightly basis are still not subscribed. So if you're new to the channel, or if you've been here before and just haven't subscribed, go ahead and drop a sub on the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. Turn on those post notifications to get notified when we go live. And go ahead and join the team over here, man. You can become a member. We got the mini mid-level, the mid-level, and the full mid-level. I got some member-only giveaways and member-only videos coming soon. So go ahead and join the team over here at Empire Jeff TV. Will be greatly appreciated. And thank you for your time tonight. Like I said, y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead and head out here for night. I may or may not make it back tonight. But if not, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, man. Have a great Wednesday. If I don't talk to you guys stay safe. Go Lakers, go Dodgers, go LA, go everybody. You guys stay safe. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a good one.